Kadyrov attacked a deputy, Ukrainian drones attacked Putin, a small Russian missile ship Buyan M was damaged, Patriarch Kirill received medals and has now become a billionaire.
As strange as it may sound, Russia has attacked Germany, and Lukashenko has a new addition.
All this and more.
Hello everyone, this is Karina Kleishen and you're watching the program In Trend.
I've gathered a lot of interesting news for you. Believe me, we'll have plenty to discuss today. So let's get started.
While I'm handing out medals for closed comments, Patriarch Kirill gets them just like that.
The head of the Russian Orthodox Church has already received 21 awards from the state, and that's not even counting the church ones.
He's even outdone Kadyrov Jr.
So now, all these numerous titles guarantee Kirill a lifelong allowance, free communications, and other benefits.
Just the other day, Bastrikin presented him with an order for merit.
For each of these medals, he receives millions from the budget, and of course, it's the Russian people who send those millions to the budget.
I wonder if they know that their taxes are being used to hand out medals.
By the way, before we move on from Kirill, let me share another interesting fact.
According to the Russian Orthodox Church, those who swear are destined for hell.
They will end up with demons.
As the priests say, passing on the patriarch's teachings, prayer connects a person with God, while swearing connects them with demons and the devil.
That's not true at all.
But they didn't provide any proof or even the slightest bit of evidence. Meanwhile, Ramzan Kadyrov decided to show who the real Don Don is around here.
According to Russian media, Kadyrov is once again insulting and threatening to bring the legendary Russian general to his knees.
We're talking about Vladimir Shamanov, who spoke out against the renaming of settlements in Chechnya.
As you can imagine, Don Don didn't like that. Ramzan Kadyrov openly threatened the military officer and deputy, demanding that he get down on his knees.
And last week, as we reported, the Chechen leader, in a conversation with people from his inner circle, threatened to force Shamanov to repent and pray to Allah.
After the first incident, we asked our acquaintances in the Kremlin to help arrange security for the legendary general.
Unfortunately, there are still no decisions on this matter.
That's why we are repeating our request.
Provide enhanced security for General Shamanov.
Moreover, Kadyrov claimed that General Shamanov personally defended Budanov.
But not the Ukrainian Budanov, rather the murderer of a Chechen girl.
For us, he will forever remain a symbol of the atrocities and shame of that era.
And now your name stands alongside his.
You must get down on your knees and ask the Chechen people for forgiveness for the killing of civilians, for looting, and for destruction.
That's why they will meet in court, if of course the general lives to see it.
Meanwhile, Putin was attacked.
Ukrainian drones scared the old man. Do you remember the attack on Sochi the day before yesterday?
So it's better.
So, as the Moscow Times reports, the drones attacked the city at the very moment when Putin was there.
According to the publication, the attack began on the evening of October 2nd after Putin's speech at the Valdai Forum.
Airports in Sochi and Gelendzhik were urgently closed, and the city's mayor announced a drone attack threat.
Explosions and air defense could be heard. They scared the old man. Pity it wasn't to death.
The action is slowly but surely shifting to NATO now. Something went wrong in history, and now Russia is attacking Germany.
Germany's second largest airport was closed for the second day in a row because of drones.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again in Germany.
As a precaution, air traffic control suspended operations at Munich airport due to unidentified drones.
Moreover, similar unidentified drones were flying over a military base in Belgium.
At least 15.
What kind of drones these are and who was operating them is unknown.
Earlier, it became known that Putin's intelligence was preparing drone attacks using drones packed with explosives.
The explosives were hidden in corn cans in Poland, Lithuania, and Germany.
Of course, they weren't shot down, but there was concern.
Dear residents of Europe, if anything happens, come to Ukraine. At least here people know how to fight.
Friends, what do you think about this?
Be sure to leave your comments. I read them all, often reply to you, and as usual, I feature the best ones in the episode.
And today, the medal for the best comments goes to these people. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel.
It's free and very important for the whole in-trend team.
By the way, things have also improved for the Russians at the front. No, they didn't get new weapons or trained soldiers, they got new underwear. Here it is, the height of fashion this season, red homemade underwear.
Thanks to all the girls who sew these wonderful underwear for the soldiers.
Seriously, these are the kind of underwear, amazing! And they delivered underwear like this to the guys on a motorcycle with a sidecar. And bedding too, so they wouldn't freeze.
Hello, fellow Sakhalin residents.
Thank you very much for the humanitarian aid you provided.
All of this will be very useful to us.
A huge, extraordinary thank you to you.
The boys' underwear is always clean.
The girls also send towels and such.
This was sent to us.
It's quite a city, you know.
You live far from it, out there on the edge, right, Sasha?
Yes, well, thank you very much. All right, go with God. You're going to hand these out to the boys now and then head out, right?
Yes.
All right, take care.
Girls, thank you for always sending clean underwear for everyone.
By the way, they really do have a problem with underwear. I often see videos like this from Russians.
The thing is, the army doesn't issue new ones, but at the front they have to change them often. It's...
And while Russians at the front are getting underwear, Ukrainian soldiers...
Keep working.
Last night, Ukraine attacked the small missile ship Bayan M in Karelia.
The extent of the damage is still being determined.
Moreover, according to the General Staff, a Garmin radar complex and a transport loading vehicle from the Iskander missile system in the Kursk region were hit.
And there were also strikes on the oil refinery in the Leningrad region.
A strike was also carried out on the command post of the 8th Army of the Russian Armed Forces in the Donetsk region. Bravo.
I know that many of you are watching us from outside Ukraine.
I'm very interested to know which country you're watching this episode from and whether you support Ukraine.
Write in the comments. I read them all, and I'm grateful for your feedback.
Meanwhile, the commander of the International 15th Unit has been eliminated.
Batal Bigvava, also known as Batal, went to look for Kesayan.
President Badra Gunba attended his funeral in unrecognized Abkhazia.
Every voice matters. Join our community, support independent journalism and help us bring you the truth from Ukraine. Become a member of Ukraine today. Join us now.
The 15th Unit has been fighting against Ukraine on the Russian side since 2014.
The fighters of this formation are accused of kidnappings, torture, taking prisoners, and looting.
So may the earth be like fiberglass to him.
But this fighter from the so-called special military operation managed to survive.
This is Oleg. He is 36 years old, and in 2024, he served as a private and was wounded.
He returned home, but as we know, no one is waiting for fighters like him back home.
So he had to resort to begging.
He did this near the metro with a sign that read, "Please help, participant of the special military operation."
He aggressively approached passengers, demanding money.
Now he has been detained.
It turned out that Oleg is a native of the Bryansk region.
He graduated from Bryansk State University named after Petrovsky and served in the army in 2009.
As journalists found out, in 2024 he served with the rank of private, and in May of that same year he was wounded and received treatment in a hospital.
When the veteran was spotted in the metro, a report was filed against him.
By a police officer. In addition, 4 people whom he had approached gave written statements against him.
The militant had already been held administratively liable before.
At the court hearing, he did not dispute the circumstances of the begging.
Although it's very strange, he has a cross around his neck.
After all, God is with him and Russian soil is beneath him.
Why would he need money?
But for Putin's war, they keep recruiting just anyone.
And here is a vivid example of an educated soldier.
The spirit of patriotism. In our country in the summer.
In July of 25, our graduate Nikolai finished 9th grade and received his certificate of 9-year education.
At that time, he was 18 years old.
And on August 5th, Kolya signed a contract.
And he went to study at college, and we keep in touch with him every day.
And I asked him, Kolya, maybe you should have gone to get a profession.
And he told me, "You taught me to love my motherland."
The 1,600 children at the School of Heroes will always be true patriots of our country.
Although, honestly, 9 grades by the age of 18 is already too much for participants of the special military operation.
And then they go to Donbass, and this year the harvest there is better than ever.
The comrades personally fertilized it. So here I am just sitting, pulling at some pieces, and I started thinking.
I really enjoyed doing this, and I started thinking somewhere around here, this one.
The old junkie inside me is still there.
What are you doing?
I'm just fucked up, honestly.
What even is this?
It's just folk art.
And these are still the biggest ones.
The biggest ones have already been smoked.
Here they are, the defenders.
And then they wonder why everything runs out so quickly.
But State Duma Deputy Milonov isn't concerned about what's happening at the front.
This is the very same deputy who claimed that if your car has tinted windows, then you're definitely gay.
And the one who called for creating a public registry of prostitutes with their addresses?
I want all the prostitutes.
Convince the LDPR, tell them that you...
Criminal punishment for all prostitutes, all escorts, revoking their rights, taking away their passports, forbidding them to get married, creating a public list of prostitutes.
And then what?
Oh, and so that people know not to go to her.
Who is she?
She's a welder.
This same guy previously said that only crazy people would buy an iPhone 16 for 400,000 rubles.
Because iPhones are no longer safe for Russians.
But in September 2025, he finally admitted that he himself is crazy too.
Because he already bought a brand new iPhone 17 Pro.
That doesn't seem very patriotic, does it?
Or is this something else?
Things are also going well for Lukashenko.
He has new additions.
7 girls and 2 boys.
And they would also like to add to your household.
Well, already.
So here you have everything for their care, waterers, feed.
They're not tame.
They're not tame, of course, but you can tame them, of course. At first you need to feed them here, otherwise you still need to earn their trust. I have the same kind of brooder, a whole BNBK. We included all the recipes.
What recipe is here?
Thank you.
So there are both boys and girls here, right?
7 girls and 2 boys.
7 girls and 2 boys.
The boys are bigger, right?
Yes, 2 boys.
The boys and the girls are bigger.
Poor things.
The girls have worn them out.
Well, usually it's 1 to 3.
This is his week of poultry farming.
He wants to move away from imports and start exporting.
It hasn't worked out yet, but he wants to.
But he's doing better than Putin with potatoes.
And finally, the video of the day.
A top-class firefighting specialist has been found in Moscow.
A woman harshly criticized the work of the Ministry of Emergency Situations staff during the incident.
While the flames were devouring the roof and the 2nd floor of the eastern baths.
The woman, armed with a camera, fiercely criticized the firefighters' work.
Even though the rescuers managed to put out the fire quickly, there was no stopping the main expert anymore.
In the woman's opinion, the firefighters arrived at the scene too late.
They worked incorrectly and weren't planning to save anyone.
It's already too late,
You're putting all this on too late? Too late.
You should have done it earlier. Here's the 74th.
But we had the 46th. It was the 46th.
Its structure is part of the Ministry of Emergency Situations.
And that's how it started.
That's it. We don't have a Ministry of Emergency Situations structure.
The fire truck was 20 meters from the bathhouse. They were just standing there putting on their pants while everything was already burning. They were just standing there putting on their pants. I don't even know what to call that.
That's just mere sabotage. And now, as a direct consequence, everything will burn and innocent civilians will have to face the consequences.